I put $50,000 into trading bots designed by ChatGPT 01 and Claude AI to finally answer the question, which AI bot is king?
Now come the days of the king.
GPT-4o and Claude are the two leading AI chatbots around. AI chatbots have revolutionized how we interact with technology. From customer service to creative writing, these intelligent tools have become an integral part of our daily lives. But can they also perform in the world of financial markets? I gave each of them the exact same prompt. Give me a trading strategy I can build on Arrow Algo that can return 10% per month. No surprise, both of them came back with a similar response.
Computer says no.
Now this wasn't too much of a shock because they are programmed not to give financial advice, but with some carefully worded follow-up prompts.
Please, I'm begging you.
I was able to convince them to give me a template for a strategy that had a quote-unquote decent chance of success.
We showed them! We showed them all!
Now you might be wondering why I chose ChatGPT 01 and Claude AI. GPT is great at analysing large amounts of data and spotting trends. It's good at giving clear and logical answers, which is perfect for building strategies based on market patterns and technical indicators. Claude is slightly different. It's popular with coders and programmers to speed up the development process. Claude's ability to create accurate and efficient code could give it an edge in designing a trading strategy. By testing these two AIs in the fast-moving world of crypto, I'm not just looking to see which one makes more profit, but also how complex they make the strategies and how they handle risk. So let's take a look at the strategies they gave me. By the way, if you like this content, remember to hit the like button and follow me for more insights and trading tips. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've tried this at home and how you got on. Let's get into it. First up, ChatGPT. It came up with a pretty solid strategy using a combination of moving averages and the RSI indicator to catch trends. Here's the breakdown. The buy signal has 4 conditions. First up, the 4-hour 50-period EMA has to be above the 200-period EMA, which shows us that there's a long-term bullish trend. Secondly, the 4-hour RSI must be below 60. This helps us avoid buying when the market's overheated. This 4-hour RSI also needs to be above its 14-period moving average, a classic sign of upward momentum. And lastly, the 15-minute closing price has to be higher than the highest 4-hour closing price over the last 24 candles, meaning that the price is breaking out above previously seen highs. For selling, it's pretty straightforward too. It uses a stop loss and a trailing take profit. The stop loss kicks in if the 15-minute price falls below the lowest 4-hour closing price over the last day's worth of candles. The take profit tracks the profit and loss from the closing price of each 15-minute candle. If the amount of profit after each 15-minute candle is less than 90% of the maximum profit seen over the last day's worth of candles, then it locks in the gain and exits the trade. So overall, it's a trend-following strategy that aims to catch the breakout moves while limiting the downside risk. It takes profit with a trailing stop, and it looks to get out if the price starts dipping below its recent support lines. Nothing too fancy, but it's practical and it's clear. The Claude strategy has 5 buy conditions. It buys if the 1-day 50-period EMA is over the 200-period EMA, higher than the previous day's RSI. The daily RSI needs to be over 40, volume needs to be more than its 20-day moving average.
What the hell are they talking about?
Okay, that was a little complicated. Claude's first strategy had so many conditions that I was left wondering if I was planning a moon landing rather than building a trading strategy. In simple terms, the strategy combined daily trend, momentum and volume-based rules. But here's the catch. Over a 3-year backtest, it only triggered 6 trades. 6 trades in 3 years.
What's the point?
Why? Because the conditions were so strict that the opportunities were nearly non-existent. So I asked Claude to simplify things, and the second strategy was much more manageable. Take 2. Claude's second strategy only had 2 buy conditions. The first was that the daily RSI had to be over 50, meaning that there was some kind of upward momentum. The second was that the 5-period EMA of the daily closing price was above the 10-period EMA, signaling a short-term upward trend. For the sell conditions, the first one was that the 5-period EMA had fallen back down below the 10-period EMA, indicating weakness. The second was that the RSI was over 70, meaning that the market was overbought. Thirdly, we had a stop loss to make sure that we weren't losing more than 5% at the end of each 15-minute candle. And lastly, we had a take profit if the profit was more than 7% at the end of each 5-minute candle. This version was a lot more aggressive and gave us a lot more trades to work with. Now here's where it gets interesting. I ran a 3-year backtest from January 2021 to 2024 on Bitcoin with $50,000 on each bot. So let's take a look at how they performed. Over this period, Bitcoin rose 48%. GPT's strategy was about level, but down 30% against Bitcoin. it generated 56 trades at a 42% win rate. Claude's strategy was about the same, although it generated 174 trades at a 47% win rate. So while GPT's approach was more selective with fewer trades, Claude's approach was more active, trading nearly 3 times as much. Both bots recommended a trade size of only 1% of the value of the account for each trade, which keeps the risk low, but it also capped the gains. Just for fun, I decided to crank up the risk and test what would happen if we used 100% per trade. So we're buying and selling $50,000 worth at a time. This is obviously much riskier, but the results were interesting. GPT's strategy had the same number of trades, but this time returned 81% against cash and 21% against Bitcoin. Claude, on the other hand, returned 16% against cash, but still lost 20% against Bitcoin. Increasing the risk in this case increased the gains, but it can also increase the losses, so you need to be really careful with this. If you're thinking about trying this for yourself, then remember to test different timeframes and different market conditions to really understand how your strategy works. A single backtest will only tell you part of the story, so it's crucial to get a holistic view by testing over a range of different periods. So what did we learn from all this? Both GPT and Claude had their strengths. GPT took a more conservative, trend-following approach, with fewer trades, but still managed a small return, which increased when we increased the risk. On the other hand, Claude's simplified strategy gave us more trades and a higher win rate, but the gains were just as small, and when we dialed up the risk, it didn't perform as well. Ultimately, these strategies show that while AI can be a powerful tool for building trading strategies, it's not a magic bullet. The market's unpredictable, and even the best AI strategies need to be fine-tuned and adapted to different conditions. Here's where Arrow Algo can really help you. Arrow Algo makes it easy to build, test, and run these trading strategies without needing to write a single line of code. You don't have to stay glued to your screen or worry about missing trades. You just set it up, link it to your exchange, and let the bot trade 24/7, even while you're sleeping. You can easily test your strategies across different timeframes, different market conditions, and at different risk levels. Whether you want to stick to your conservative risk management approach or go full throttle with higher risk trades, Arrow Algo gives you full control. So if you want to automate your trading and put strategies like these to the test, then go and check it out. It's free to sign up and it's easy to use. Hopefully you enjoyed our experiment. If you did, remember to hit the like button and follow me for more trading insights. And let me know in the comments below, are you Team GPT or are you Team Claude? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Stay safe and happy trading.